lottery draft stuff, because whoever ends up with first and gets Auston Matthews, if in fact it is, might be Patrick Lane, I don't know. But if it's Auston Matthews, immediately the Phoenix Coyotes, heretofore known as the Arizona Coyotes, will come into play. Because that team needs Auston Matthews more than any of the other 29 teams.
And we'll just explain it by saying Auston Matthews is a native of Arizona.
Yes, he is. Right?
And
minor hockey in Phoenix and would be a perfect fit. And so that will be the next story. Once that, let's say it's the Maple Leafs. Are they going to say, yeah, we'd be interested in making a deal? We'd like Strome, the kid you picked third last year overall. We'd like Ekman-Larsson, the defenseman. And we will give you our second-round pick, and you give us your first.
And what I like about that is a gentleman who was a former assistant general manager and an agent thinking like a hockey guy. That's a trade right there. And I think Arizona will go hard for that pick.
Yep.
And if it's the Maple Leafs, and they're talking about the Maple Leafs, the first pick overall, what do they need right now? They need a big, strong center.
Yeah.
You could get that.
Well, Strome is that.
Strome was picked, I think it was a third overall. You know, okay, so a local kid too.
Yeah. Now you're trading a Phoenix kid for a Toronto kid.
There'd be a lot to like about that, if in fact that does come into play. But it is someone, whoever is lucky enough to get that first pick overall, will be contacted by Arizona to see about their interests. And if the Leafs...
And I think, Perry, and I don't know, that was part of Don Maloney being replaced. He probably said to them, we are not going to give up what we'll have to give up to get Auston Matthews. It will decimate our team. If you give up Oliver Ekman-Larsson, now Strome, he's just a kid, but he's ready to play.
And he is playing. He's I mean, it's you know, whether Don Maloney was fired because he wasn't willing to commit himself to the upper management or ownership, thinking, or whether that team just had underachieved, hadn't made the playoffs. That's money. That's a team that needs that revenue from the playoffs. That's free money.
Their last year of their contract with the city of Phoenix and or Glendale is 2017 when they can opt out of the lease. Mm-hmm. So that's this season coming up. And so the ownership are saying to themselves, we got to give ourselves a chance to see if people will come to the game if we have Auston Matthews on our team. And if they don't come, they're gone. They'll still have Auston Matthews, and they'll still have some good young prospects because Maloney did a great job of picking them up. But Maloney probably said, no, we'll take another 7th pick overall. He'll be a big player on our team. And then in 2018, our team will be even that much better with one of the best defensemen in the game in Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Whether you believe it or not, you have to watch him play. But it would be a hell of a deal for the Leafs. I think it's too rich. It's too rich a deal to think that Phoenix would make it. But
no, Phil, I'm going to tell you, it isn't as rich as you neglected. I don't think purposely, but I would say Max Domi would factor into this deal. If you're the Leafs, you not only want to have that big center, local kid, you'd want to have the kid, the son of Ty Domi, who actually had a kind of a decent, rookie year. He started off very strong.
He's a quality kid. He's a small center iceman. They need a big center iceman.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying this is a package. I'm not talking about if you had the choice between Strome and Max Domi, you'd want to go after Strome. I mean, the kid was drafted higher. So
they might offer you Domi as the second choice. I know what you're saying.
It may be, to me, a very, very creative package, right? And maybe if you wanted Max Domi, you'd shift something else, because you've got the kid in the junior right now. Yeah, also played for London, right? They're both London prospects.
Marner.
Yeah, Mitch Marner. It will be very, very interesting, because what happens on Saturday, whatever is happening in the world of sports Saturday, in the center of the universe, which is Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the biggest thing will be not about the Raptors, not about the Blue Jays. It will be about, did the Toronto Maple Leafs get the first pick overall in the lottery draft? And if it doesn't happen, that will consume reams and reams of newspaper copy. It will consume time on talk radio, TV. There'll be like the hard to believe that in the midst of everything that's going on in the world of sports, and certainly here in Toronto, the big talking point on Saturday